Please hold the palm. Okay, one bow to the Buddha. Okay, first prostration. Okay, second prostration. Third prostration. Okay, one bow to the Buddha again. Okay, please say it. Okay, please say it. Okay, please hold the palm. Okay, as normal, please follow me. 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世 音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无 无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。Okay, please follow me. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。OK。Okay, good morning, all brothers and sisters. Okay, just to remind everybody, our next lesson will be on the 17th of December. Okay, 17th of December as normal in 2 weeks' time. Now, okay, please refer to your textbook. The last verse, page 184. Page 184. Okay. Now let us recap what I've taught you for the previous lesson. Just give me 1-2 minutes. Now we are now in chapter 10. Okay, talking about how to dignify the Pure Land. As I say, Pure Land doesn't mean that what you taught, go to the western side, go to see Amitofo, visit Amitofo, then enjoy the life there. No, rather we can change this defiled world into a pure land. As I say, just like this classroom, we want to make it very conducive environment, a very good place for you to learn Dharma. Everybody enjoying doing that and very cooperative, and that's actually have to need everybody cooperation. Have to be cooperative. Now, so similarly here, this chapter is talking about the pure land. Doesn't mean that when we die, go to the pure land, but rather we can convert even now in our present life the environment, into a clean, pure, conducive environment, something like that. Okay, so more optimistic rather than pessimistic, more positive rather than negative way of thinking. Okay, now so can you see the page 184? Now usually I just want to tell you, the gist, the purpose for this chapter, give you a helicopter view. So when you go into the details, so that you know what the author trying to say or what sutra trying to say, so that will be easy to help you for understanding or even enhance your understanding. Okay. Now, so can we see the last verse, page 184? Now, you see with the word Purusha. Now, this Purusha is in bracket person, just like you and me, Purusha. In Sanskrit, Purusha. The Buddha reaches back to the earliest strata of the Indian psyche to the myth of Purusha, a heroic being who sacrificed himself and thereby created for the world and mankind all of this ample part. Now, so it's just like talking about, usually we talk about Almighty God. All things are created by God. So God is a creator. But in Buddhism, we don't believe in God. We don't believe in creator. Rather, we are talking about causes and conditions. We talk about dependent origination, all solely due to the karma. Right? Karma means action in Sanskrit. Okay, action, 行为 behavior. Okay, just like cause and effect. You do the good things, definitely have a good result. Cause and effect. Good cause, then good effect. You study very hard, then you pass with a flying color. I mean, in general, there are some exceptional cases. You try very hard, but still fail. But too bad, suay, in Hokkien say suay, bad luck, what to do? Correct no? You study very hard, then you aim for distinction. So now school holiday, you can enjoy a school holiday. That's why you see a lot of people travel abroad. You see the road all very quiet one. Singapore like that. Because only 5.7 million population. So if school holiday, 1/3 gone. You travel MRT, public transport, you are driving on the road, lesser people. Just I mean, this morning I came here. Wow, no traffic jam. 通畅无阻. You know, they will be surprising. This is Singapore. You know, only 5.7 million. Quite enough. One thing is good now. Like Hong Kong, very congested. You see, our founder Lee Kuan Yew, LKY. The young generation probably don't know because he's aiming the most is 6 million population because he don't want to be so congested. You know, something like that. You know what's the population in Hong Kong? Who know? Huh? How many? 7 million. 10 million? Who say? 10 million? I thought 7 million only. No, I don't think so. It's 10 million. Then we'll explode over Hong Kong. Yeah? That one count is considered? Yeah, resident just as Singapore, we are born in Singapore about 3.something million. If you're going to include those foreign workers, those PR, those aspects, you see, 5.7 million is include all living in Singapore, regardless whether you're Singaporean, PR, or foreigner. Because I read the newspaper. Of course, I don't ask you because most of you don't read the newspaper. I know. Understood one. So I dare not to ask you. Okay, that's 10 million. I go back to ask the Chinese monk from China one. Is it true or no? Because I read the newspaper about 7-something million. 7? Oh, you're wrong. So you better don't go for lunch. Half bowl of rice. You cannot eat full bowl of rice. Yeah, punishment. Give me the wrong info. Buddha here cannot tell lie, no? I can forgive you, no, but Buddha can forgive you, but I cannot forgive you. The other way around. Okay, that's by Purusha, Indian. Understand, man. Okay? And from the same disembodied body, the English language gets the word person, 人, okay, in Chinese. And because the world and its human being are the result of an act of renunciation or charity, the Buddha uses Purusha, or uses him again in bracket. In chapter 13, this one we'll cover it in future, and 17 to represent the conception of some disciple might have the body of merit, right? That Bodhisattva obtained from the practice of his teaching. It's just like if you attach, cling on to the merit, 功德啦, measure merit. For instance, you come here for Dharma class. Of course, this is a good karma, good action because you come here to learn good things. And if you still cling on to the merit when you're coming for the class, just because you're coming for Dharma class, and this is considered attachment. Imperfect. 100 marks, you only score 60. Pass only. Right? If you're not attached to it, it's just like, okay, I try my best to come and try my best to learn as more as possible. Then I go out from the classroom. Besides benefiting myself, I try to benefit other people as well. Right? And this is just like compassion, to benefit. Benefiting yourself, at the same time benefiting others. Right? Early to benefit in Buddhism. Just like our Buddha. Now, for not only do Bodhisattva transform the world, and they transform their own existence. Right? It's just like talking about the Pure Land. How you going to transform? You use the word transform. Okay? It solely depends on everybody. It's just like how to keep the place clean. I mean, when we talk about in this mundane world, how to keep hawker center clean. The clean environment for you to enjoy food. I told you before, during my class, if you go to Singapore, the hawker center is so messy and so dirty. The bird eating down there, and then while you're sitting down and eat, they just ignore. Nothing hurt. I didn't see anything. The bird in front of you, they don't care. They just eat like that. That's why you see now the COVID-19, this morning the newspaper came out, Singapore, double the cases in the past 2 weeks. Because everybody taking for granted. Right? It's just as SARS, we never learned from the lesson, painful lesson. And COVID-19, after 4 years over,
It's free for you to, not optional, whether you're compulsory, whether you want to put on the mask and so on and so forth. People just don't care. And now the MOH, Ministry of Health, they start to remind everybody, especially go overseas, abroad for holiday, or if vaccinated, then make sure that within a year, it's still, or the effect is there, right? Otherwise, your immune system go down. The thing will come back again, I tell you. Another variant, 另外一种病毒, who knows? And Buddhism, this is called causes and conditions because you don't observe hygiene. Everybody's so dirty. So you give a condition for virus to arise. So the virus will never disappear. And this is not created by God. In Buddhism, talk about karma. Because everybody, your action, your behavior, everybody's so selfish, very inconsiderate. Yeah. Who to blame? Okay, back to the textbook. I tell you, don't because of that, you need come to worship to the Buddha. Buddha, bless me, use your spiritual power, make sure my body don't get, have enough immune system, then I won't get virus, COVID-19. I tell you, Buddha very busy one, who care this kind of thing. There's so many things to take care of it. This one you can take care of yourself, right? So the same cannot be said of Arahant, just a liberated one, who renounce their self-existence as well as the possibility of future rebirth. Because in Buddhism, talk about, we believe in rebirth, 投胎. After we die from this life, doesn't mean that's it. We are reborn again for our next life. And this solely depends on our karma. As you know, in Buddhism, talk about 6 cycles. We are now in the human cycle. And solely depend on the karma that will determine which realm or cycle you are going to reborn. Human, divine being, stay in the heaven one, hungry ghost, asura, and so on and so forth. Right? And this is what Buddhism believe. Okay? Now, so it says it's a future rebirth of future body, and thus the means of liberate others. And yet, despite their transformed existence, Bodhisattvas are not attached to their existence, not like you and me, we attach to what we are doing, what we are thinking. As I said earlier, you come here for Dharma class, you attach to, I come here for Dharma class, just because I want to gain the merit. 因为我要功德嘛. I come here for chanting, because I want the merit. I do a lot of charity work, I donated a lot of money, I want the merit. Then this is called attachment only. Of course, it's a good gesture. You do a lot of good things to benefit other people, but consider imperfect. As I say earlier, out of 100 is scored 60 marks. Better than nothing compared with the ordinary people. So, you see, Bodhisattvas are not attached to their existence, for every existence is no existence. Why every existence is no existence? Because they don't cling on to it. It's an existence, but to me, I consider no existence. But to you and me, existence, we still consider it's an existence. That's why we attach to it. But no existence doesn't mean that Buddha don't recognize the function of everything in the world. It's just like, it's a computer, but to Buddha, Sage, it's not a computer. It sounds like it's a paradox. It must be crazy, It's a computer. Then you say, no, it's not a computer. It's a computer. Correct. But you and me always attached to it. Right? When computer go wrong, we're very frustrated. I buy another one, suffering. But to Bodhisattva or Buddha, it's a computer, but if the computer break down, I'm very calm. I know that impermanent, subject to changes. Nothing is permanent. Correct? So I won't attach to it. So mentally, you're really prepared. Prevention better than cure. 预防胜于治疗. So this is Bodhisattva, because they got wisdom. So it's a computer, but it's not already a computer. Why? Because this computer unreal. Real means, in Buddhism, real means permanent, unchanged, Okay? Not subject to changes. This is called real, permanent. Clear? I mean, according to Buddhist, the Buddhism, the definition. Okay? So, for even an existence as majestic aspect of Purusha, or Mount Sumeru. This Mount Sumeru is called Xu-Mi-San. I think I did show you in the PowerPoint, the previous one. So just like the highest mountain in the world, right, in this earth. So according to what people say, the highest mountain is Himalaya mountain, snow mountain, Himalaya San. That is the highest mountain. Okay? So in Buddhism, give them the name called Sumeru, Xu-Mi-San. Okay? Mount Sumeru. Turned out to be no existence. And yet, once a mountain is seen to be a no mountain, neither is it not a mountain. Just as Zen Buddhism, there are kind of 3 stages. The first stage, 见山是山，见水是水. Correct now? You listen to the Chinese. You see the mountain, yeah, it's a mountain. Then you see the water, yeah, it's a water. Nothing changed. Same like everybody. And this is very normal. And the second stage, you see the mountain, it's not a mountain. You see the water, it's not water. Why? Very simple. The first one, you see the mountain water, also considered as a mountain water. This is called existent. Yo. Chinese called yo. Wu Hokkien called wu. Okay? But when you move on to the second stage, because you know that all things are dependent on causes condition, due to the nature of emptiness, all things are impermanent, subject to changes. So therefore, this is unreal. Unreal. 不是真实的. Not real one. Okay? So, you know that it's actually due to, it's just emptiness. So the second stage, 有见山不是山的，见水不是水的. In Chinese, it's not water already. Why? Because the thing is unreal. Just an illusion, subject to changes. Therefore, I say emptiness, 空. 空, emptiness, or non-existent doesn't mean nothingness. Doesn't mean nothingness. When I see the computer is emptiness, I didn't say computer is nothing. Nothing appear. Yes, this is a computer. Alright? I can use a PowerPoint to teach, show my slide. So this is a function of the computer. You can say this is not a computer. It's just like computer is unreal. Why? Subject to changes, impermanent. So this is the second stage. So this called attachment. This one everybody will attach. 执着. We are cling on to the particular object. And at this stage, not attachment, because you know that the thing is subject to changes, right? I shouldn't influence by that. So this is called detachment. 没有执着. Okay? But we are still living in this defiled world, in this world. So back to this world again, you say, yes, this is a existence. You know, this is a mountain. 见山又是山，见水又是水, right? So you recognize it because still water, still you can see the mountain, and then you go back to existence. But this existence, you want us to recognize all things in the phenomena, but we will attach to it. This one we are attached to it, the first stage. When after go through emptiness, right? And although we back to existence again, but this one we will attach to anything in the world. Call this one called detachment again. So this is Zen. What Zen Buddhism taught us. 禅宗. Okay? So last time when you see your blur, right? You see blur, right? Very funny. It's a philosophy, no? You will learn it in the class one, the school one. So you see, this one, you see that it's a paradox. To twist your brain, the thinking or whatever. Yeah. If you use a normal logic, scientific logic, you'll find that this is a paradox. But Buddhism is beyond logic. We call it Buddhist logic. It's beyond logic. Okay? So sometimes you may see that it's a paradox, 矛盾, a contradiction. How can you say, 见貌山是山，见水是水呢? Why? Really confused. Right? Not the Bible teaching. I told you already, I went to the church already. Very straightforward. Okay? I read the Bible, I know. Very straightforward. That's why Buddhism, the theory very profound. That's why I see a lot of people, the behavior very abnormal one. Because the brain, something go wrong already. Like this one twist here and then then they attach to you this and that. You know, that's the reason behind. Okay, back to the textbook. So, this is what I'm trying to tell. See the mountain, see the water. This is what they're trying to say. Okay, now can you see the below Asanga? Now, those scholars, what they are trying to say, Asanga, page 438. Okay, page 438. Then Chen Xiong, page 441, the next scholar. Then you see the next page, page 185. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 7th line there, Mansturi, you see the Sanskrit Mansturi, Wensu, Chinese Wensu Posala, Wensu Pusa, page 458. I think it's page 458. 454. 454. You can refer to the behind of the text, the book. Mansturi, you know, Wensu, 智慧第一, one of the, you know, the Bodhisattva, wisdom, number 1 in wisdom, very good in wisdom. Okay, 智慧第一, then holding the sword, 智慧剑, the wisdom of sword, 剑啊, 你懂吗? So this is actually in Tibetan Buddhism. They actually talk a lot about Mansturi Bodhisattva, but it's slightly different from what Mahayana, Chinese Mahayana Buddhism, you know, we are talking. Okay, the next scholar, Fu Xi, this is page 446. And next one, as you say, the sixth patriarch Hui Nan, page 449. This young man can understand now. You can understand now. You first time come here, probably your brother asked you to come. You say, come here, Kong, emptiness, mountain, water, go out. I didn't see anything already, bro. Blackout. Right now. He said, how come you asked me to come today? Well, this kind of teaching, 1 + 1 = 2. You know, they're supposed to school holiday, you know, 好不容易 want to take a rest after exam, then come here, 空. So go out, your brain become empty. Actually, I tell one thing, you want to ask people to attend the Dharma lesson, you should start from Dharma class better, not listen to the Sutra. Because the Sutra is supposed to assume that you have a good foundation, good basic knowledge in Dharma. You know, like just like I explained to you emptiness, I cannot because of you, then I explain everything all over again. Correct? So by right, I know you are very kind-hearted, you know, want your people to come, to know Buddhism, but to me, this is considered imperfect, not so good. Because you have to start from the Dharma class, so that you have a foundation. It's just like you have to go through the secondary school, primary school, secondary school, JC. Then before you go to university, you cannot straight away, unless you're a Shen Tong, you're a very good one, you know, exception, only number 1 in the world, the boy, very smart one. Then you continue to go through the proper secular education. You straight away go to a university or postgraduate even. Right now, but you know, normally you have to go to step by step one, primary school, secondary school, JC or polytechnic, then go to university, postgraduate, just step by step. 不能一步登天嘛. Okay, so you as a brother, then you have to spend the time, become personal tutor, no? And you say, yeah, Lord. You see, the way she showed to the brother, yeah, Lord, asked me to come, no? It's supposed to sleep until 11, then go for my brunch, lunch and breakfast. And now you see, just because of this kind of boring lesson, then they come here, they have a simple breakfast. Correct or not? Yeah, smiling already. I can't read your mind, but from your face can tell. But I'm not the fortune teller, sorry. I cannot tell you, you know, you can score distinction, you know, the next examination, sorry, I can tell you. Solely depend on your effort. If you study very hard, you know, by right should be get a good result. Anyway, I tell you, even in the university, they do have the Buddhist Society. NUS, NTU, Nanyang, Singapore Poly, or Niam Poly, last time as a spiritual advisor before. You know, in the university, they do have the religious group, you know. Christian fellowship. You know, in NUS, they got 2 Christian fellowship. You know. So many people, 2个 Christian fellowship. And Buddhist society, 1 個真艱苦 survive. And even one, all the members are sleeping member. You know, sleeping member? By name only, never show up. But during the school orientation, come. Then they want to make friend, want to make some girlfriend. Go. Especially Christian one, because that's a very good opportunity for you to know some girlfriend, you know. and some they are dressed very look pretty or whatever. You go to Buddhist society, gai bang ban to beggar a lot. The t-shirt never iron one anyhow, short this and that. I went there last time after my England the study, came back to Singapore. They invited me for a series of 5 lessons. I went to NUS Buddhist society, invited by them. Then the time is a Mooncake Festival. I went to the Cambridge, the club, the whatever student union. Then the second year student, the girl very short one, Buddhist society one. Venerable sir, I'm a secretary of the Buddhist society. Should I get you to the classroom or whatever? Then on the way go to the classroom, we pass by the Christian Fellowship, the counter there. They also try to attract a lot of people. They try to attract more people as possible. Then the people there, the students dress very smart, the long sleeve, long pants, look very smart, very cheerful, very friendly. They approach me, They know I'm monk, but they don't care, Even your ghost, they also want to approach you. You say, hey, excuse me, do you want to come here? I'll show you the mooncake or whatever. I say, I'm a monk, It's okay, no problem. I said, okay, no problem. I said, sorry, I'm rushing for the talk. See you, bye-bye. They asked the other girl, the NUS girl, second year one, the little girl. He said, how about you? No, I want to go for a talk also. You see, this is how people have the passion, very passionate, 那种热情啊. All right? It's just because of the God. For us, I like my soul, I can see, come. So it's a kind of sort of different mentality. Of course, you do too much, people also very, uncomfortable. Correct? So don't fall into the extreme. That's the best. Get back to here. Page 187. So the concept in Buddhism, very, very important. Your mentality. That's why in the Eightfold Path, we talk about right understanding, being wisdom. If you have the right understanding, you have a false understanding, then you go to the wrong path. And if you go to the wrong path, you're wasting your time and effort. Well, 你浪费你的时间嘛？你 just like cult, 邪教。I told you before, in South Korea, very, very common one, an underground 地下组织. Japan, yeah, especially in America, America cult 很多。听说在美国很多 a lot. Singapore not too bad, government control, 一贯道.一贯道 or 先天道 people call it or 道那个 Waterloo Street 4B that one 你拜观音 but that one actually is 一贯道 that one is not Buddhism okay and the 一贯道 last time my time when I was young they doing the HDB flat and they close the door close the window you can see a lot of slipper outside shoe because it's not legal 不是合法的嘞 I went there once, and now become legal already. 一贯道 Taiwan also very popular. But don't mistaken, 一贯道是五教合一 combination of 5 religions. It's not Buddhism, Of course, they put a statue there. You know what they put? 弥勒佛 laughing Buddha, smiling Buddha. Maitreya Bodhisattva. Then you see the statue, you say, yeah, this is Buddhism. They say, oh, sama lah, 一样的嘛 it's okay 嘛 But and一贯道 they emphasize a lot of vegetarian, Although they are full-time vegetarian, must be vegetarian, 要吃素的嘞 compulsory. But they're allowed to eat egg, 所以叫鸭蛋教 another name 龟苓膏 听过 Hokkien 因为可以吃鸡蛋嘛 You see a lot of restaurant, recently I saw the Facebook. You want to eat the vegetarian otah, otah? Hardly find outside one, but got one store otah very good, But that one I think Indonesian one. So that one probably got chicken, and not chicken, egg. They get allowed to eat egg, Anyway, I know you are very hungry, but now only 10:25 only. Lunchtime later. Okay, back to the textbook, page 187. Chapter 11. Now, this chapter 11 is talking about the fortune, or we call it bliss in English. Good fortune. Or in English, we call it bliss sometimes. Something called 福报, 福报. It's just like You having a very good materialistic life. You have a car, nice car, dress nice clothing, eat the nice food, stay in the bungalow, private houses or condo. You really enjoy your life. Then most of the time traveling, and when you travel, it's a business class, no economic class, So I really, really enjoy. But not those laundry money one. That's a different case. Now, this is considered good fortune. For instance, you can come here for the class, for the talk. Right? You basically don't worry about the food, everything, clothing, living, and so on and so forth, transportation. This is considered good fortune already. What else do we want to expect? 已经算不错福报啊. You know, like those people, Hamas, Israel and Hamas, after 4 or 5 days or 7 days, so now the war start again. And this morning, newspaper came out, Israel. They say this war going to be lasted for 1 year, at least 1 year. So very straightforward, because they want to make sure Hamas is disappear. Okay, so you see now the potential war in the world. This is Israel, Hamas, Russia and Ukraine, and 2 more. I told you already, 2 more. Very, very risky also. Very potential one. You know what are the 2 more? Sister? Taiwan and China, also high tension. The other one? You, sister? South Korea and North Korea. At least these 2. Time bomb. Anything. You see now, Taiwan presidential election, Taiwan 不是选总统吗? And they say, 战争和平嘛. You really want war or peace? War or peace. This is the main theme they are talking, because they compete each other, because 3-corner fight, Taiwan. Do you read in the newspaper? I forgot, I asked you again. Sorry. I better don't ask. Now, so this chapter is talking about the good fortune, but good fortune, most of people, they attach to it, but now they are talking about unconditioned. It means we are not really wu wei, unconditioned, not conditioned. So this is a Buddhist term in Buddhism, condition. Yu wei, Chinese, unconditioned, wu wei. What do you mean by condition? Yu wei, it's just like you do the things, you attach to it. Okay? Wu wei, condition, unconditioned means emptiness, nirvana, those free from suffering, the satya, truth, 真理. And this is considered unconditioned because they are not dependent on causes and conditions. You see, all things are dependent on causes and conditions in this world. 缘起的, 因缘的 in Chinese. And because we are dependent on causes and conditions, and things subject to change, subject to changes, and this is how we suffer. Unconditioned is permanent because you are not conditioned by other things, depend on causes and conditions, right? It's just like God tried to claim that I'm a creator, but who created God? No, you cannot question the God. No answer one. You cannot ask one because they cannot provide the answer. They say no. So God just an unconditional. You know the meaning of condition? Okay? But in Buddhism, we only recognize not God is unconditioned. Only the truth is considered unconditioned. 真理 in the absolute stage. Clear? Okay, so this is actually for the gist for this chapter. Let me go through the Chinese one first. 第11分, if you have a sutra, the text in Chinese text. Okay, let me read the Chinese one first. 须菩提，如恒河中所有沙数，如是沙等恒河，一亿云河，是诸恒河沙，宁为多否？须菩提言：甚多世尊。但诸恒河善多无数，何况其沙？须菩提，我今实言告汝：若有善男子、善女人，以气饱满而守恒河沙数3000大千世界，以用布施，得福多否？须菩提言：甚多世尊。佛告须菩提：若善男子、善女人，以此经中乃至受持四句偈等，为他人说，而此福德胜前福德。You see, they are trying to compare, all right, the bliss and the good fortune. We are giving a practice giving, right? If you give a kind of 7 jewels, later I will show it to you what are the 7 jewels in the PowerPoint. 七宝, and And rather than you just give a Dharma, giving in Dharma to tell people what is Buddha teaching and make sure it's enriching his spiritual development, that kind of thing. And this is more important than you just give people food to eat and so on and so forth. In Chinese, they say, 叫人钓，给他鱼吃，不如教他怎么钓鱼啊。You heard before. You give people fish to eat, myself tell you how to do fishing, so you can do it by yourself. Don't everything depend on people to give you a helping hand, to give you the money to survive. Rather than you go to work, you got the income, then you can sustain your life. Right? So you can financially dependent. Don't depend on other people. Independent. 你就不用看人家的脸色嘛。You look at people's face 嘛。Just like when you're young children, as a children, because you haven't go out to work, then you every day have to come out, stretch out your hand to ask the money, pocket money from your parent. 对吗？那你就看你 parent 的脸色了吗？ For instance, that when you grow up, adult already, you go out to work, you got a salary, you got the income, so you can independent already, right? And this morning, better didn't tell you about newspaper. This morning, when you go back to see the Sunday Time, the whole page they're talking about why people at the age of 75 and above, in Singapore, those senior, when we are healthy, they prefer to work. They prefer to work. Okay? Why? To keep themselves healthy, active. Some not because of really money, Okay? At the same time, although you have a retirement fund in terms of your saving, for your retirement or for your rest of your life, but you just imagine you keep on out, never come in, you will scared also. You find it very unsafe. Especially as still young. 你有进没出的，有出没进的You keep on spend. Usually you go to ATM machine, draw money, then spend, but nothing come out, No, nothing come in, money come in. So you scared already. You find that at the end, what happened? The money not enough, especially due to high inflation. Then they also ask, how much can you consider enough money for your retirement in Singapore? But they work out in US dollars. Then you go and change to Singapore currency. And basically that depends on your quality of life. What sort of quality of life, You can have a $3 vegetarian, the mixed vegetarian rice. You can go to the food court or whatever for the $7, $8 for your meal. Right, in Singapore. So it depends what you want. So although they keep on complaining Singapore food very expensive, but some people, newspaper also came out, the government tell people, $2, but I tell you $2, I tell you, probably all rice only, hardly got vegetable, they sell $2. Or they reduce a little bit. But you still can buy $2 or $2.50 or $3, $3.50. I bought the vegetarian mee hoon. He sell $3, Actually, it's $2. Actually, it comes so cheap, 老板，真的2块钱吗？ Yeah. You say, no, we are catered for senior citizen. 因为他们有些没钱嘛，能2块嘞，$2嘞。The 米粉also consider okay a portion of 米粉。Then the veggie, 当然叉烧put few pieces only lah. What can you expect 嘛？Just like chicken rice, you go for $2, $3. They give you 2 pieces of chicken rice 嘛，so you must cut into small pieces 嘛，mix with the rice and eat 嘛。You still eat still eating Right or not? So it depends on what sort of quality of life you want. You say must have 80,000 Sing dollars or 800,000 Sing dollars is enough for me for retirement. That solely depends on yourself. You cannot put across the board. Some people want to maintain a car. Some people stay in the condominium. Some people still want to give out the maid. You say they have no money, but they still employ the maid. I got a student, is a social worker. Singapore is not a welfare state, but government will help those poor people. If you're really poor, you need help. Then go for government, they will help you. My student told me a social worker, go to people seeking for help. And some people want, she went there, oh my goodness, it's a poor family, right? They live in the 3 rooms, 4 rooms, And yes, they have a maid, 你用嘞。Then got television some more, Then they say they're poor. And you don't give them money, they blame you, you know. They blame the government, you know. It's ridiculous. I give you money just enough for you to eat, you know. I give you money not for traveling, you know. OK， 你钱 travel 自己不会 travel， 笨蛋，说对不对 ？Then all those money are taxpayer money, you know， 是你我的税 tax, you know. You know, in England, I studied in England, I told you already, 英国呢 typical welfare stage. If you are jobless, you see, 你养那些懒惰的人呢 a lot of British, we call high class beggar, don't work. The young one don't work. I don't work, I can survive because government give me 200 pounds. 200 英镑, 200 pounds my time lah. 200 pounds per week. If you have a pet, dog, cat, another 50 pounds allowance. 要给他吃嘛狗嘛 but those beggar they don't care one. The extra 50 pounds go for alcohol, well, who care? This is what they do. They try to claim. I thought the dog is to protect them. No. And you see, those have become very lazy. And the 200 pounds or whatever is from taxpayer money. You know, in England, they call it VAT. You know, VAT, just I've asked GST, we're going to increase 1% next year. They call it VAT, VAT. My time is 17.5%. More expensive than Singapore. You know, my notebook spoiled already. 不懂怎么搞的 the computer got problem. Then I went to the downtown side. Then I sent for repair. Then they say, actually it's nothing, no, something losing. No. Because 工钱很贵的 because you just dismantle, tighten. How much? 100 pounds. Wow, I say, goodness, 100 pounds. Singapore 200几块 My time is 1 pound to 2.3 Sing dollars, you know. You just imagine so costly. Wow, 真的贵 真贵. Then it's okay. Then I want to pay 100 pounds. I said, no. That's exclusive VAT, you know. I said, then how everything in? VAT 17.5%, no? Nearly 120 pounds. Wow, I got it gone. That's why you go to England and study, you count by pounds. They say your school fee, my tuition fee, 2万多英镑 say more than 20,000 pounds. 20,000 pounds. Then you convert to Sing dollars. 一年新加坡60不止哦。新加坡about 60-70千呢 60-70,000 you know. So just imagine you are not from rich family, how are you going to study in England? Because the pounds is so strong, you know. So you apply for the sponsorship, bursary or scholarship. And for the local people, they got study loan. They call study loan, you know. They loan from government. They got no money to study. Family cannot support. Then after they graduated, you know what they do? The Western people, they enjoy the life. They take this golden opportunity, go and travel European country. Because nearby only are very cheap. Because all just cross the border, France, Portugal, 什么鬼 because European country, you know, travel by coach or something. Then after 1 year tour or 6 month tour, then they back to their country. Then they start to look for the job. 先旅游才工作 This is the mentality. Not like us Chinese. Once you graduated, 哇，较紧找工了，不较紧无工做，不然没有。So, work very hard, just for the money. So they know how to enjoy life. I mean, in the way lah. Oh, it's a different mentality. What to do? Okay. So this is actually try to compare what sort of virtue, the good fortune and bliss, which are more superior. Okay. So can you see the textbook, page 187? The Buddha said, Subhuti, what do you think if there were as many rivers as there are grains, okay, of sand in the great river or Ganges River? Now, 叫恒河沙. Now, Ganges River, can you see the PowerPoint here? 恒河, if you visit India, the river now is so dirty. People take a shower there, and people burn the body, dead body, and go there for 大小号 urine or whatever. The water, the river is so dirty. I went there before, and people still doing that because they say this is a holy water, So go down there, bathe their body, and 你懂它的上游 from there, the river all the way to the downside, the lower side. You see the water so dirty, burn the dead body, 死人在那边烧嘞 and people just, and some even worse still, not only bathe only, 冲凉 even drink the water. So you see their immune system very high one. Virus also cannot attack them. Virus 你敢来你杀我跟你杀过去啊。It's like Israel and Hamas. You attack 啦。用无人机啊 ，no 无人机 now the war is 无人机 already, right? Okay, the river flow through a well-populated region of India, providing fresh water. No fresh water. Provide fresh water to the million of people living in this region. The river is also used for fishing, irrigation, and bathing. 所以有涨水嘛，冲凉嘛 ，bathing. 哇 ，so then and it is worshipped in the this Hindu because in India mostly I can say 95% of them are Hindu, but they try to claim that we are all Buddhist as well because Hinduism and Buddhism are similar to them, 一样的 ，okay, no different to them. If you don't believe, you go to India, you go and ask the Indian people. As the mother Ganga. Okay, now so this is 恒河流域 Okay, back to the textbook. Now, so would the number of grains of sand in all those rivers be great? Then you know the sand are so tiny, very 细，很细的嘞。So you just imagine this. They are talking in terms of the quantity, not quality. Quantity 很多。Just like those sand, very fine one, refined sea. You just like go to the seaside or whatever, but they can do even the sand. And some even go and collect some sand and bring back to Singapore. No, because Buddha was there. They gave me one small container sand. I still put in my the hall there, worship. 小小罐的嘞 but nothing happened to me 呢。This is just to remember only 那个记忆嘛 because he spent so much time to travel to all the way to the India, but he now asked me to go. I never go already because everything so messy, so dirty. And look at the Bodhi tree, a lot of people so superstitious. Buddha sat down there for 49 years, 9 days and become enlightened one. So a lot of people also go there and sit, meditate under Bodhi tree. But when they come out, still the same. But people believe, they go round and round, and all kind of tradition, Tibetan one, go and do the chanting. Then the Theravada Buddhism, Buddha Suraka Jami, and people go around the tree, Then for me, Chinese one, I chant the Xinjing, using this wooden fish. Then do the chanting, people sit down there, 一个仪式嘛 show respect. Then those people pass by, out of curiosity, a busybody one, then stand there and look at us. But 听不懂. But people still want to sit down. People, they listen to the music, it's very nice, ma. They know my chanting, you know, right? No, I'm joking. 因为我念得不错嘛，你看我每次听你们念的不三不四五亏五那不亏，then they out of the rhythm one. You see, when I chant, you follow me, everything in order, normal. When I rest already, I go, the different speak one. Why you are laughing? Is it true or no? Okay, Subhuti reply, the number of river should be great. Bhagavan, how much more so the grains of sand? The Buddha said, I shall tell you, Subhuti, so you shall know if a man or woman fill as many bowls as there are grains of sand in all those rivers with the 7 jewels qipao, and give them as a gift to the Tathagata, the Arahant, the fully enlightened one. What do you think, Subhuti? Will the body of merit produced as a result by that man or woman be great? Subhuti replied, it will be great, Bhagavan, great indeed, Sugata. The body of merit produced as a result by that man or woman will be immeasurable and infinite. The Buddha said, Subhuti, if then a man or woman fill as many bowls as that with the 7 jewels and give them as a gift to the Tathagata, the Arahants, the fully enlightened one, and the normal son or daughter grabs but 1 4-line gatha of this Dharma teaching and make it known and explain it to others, the body and merit produced as a result will be immeasurable, infinitely greater. That's how you compare with people. You just give a talk to tell people what is Diamond Sutra, even have they say 4-line gatha, 4句, that kind of thing. This is considered immeasurable merit. Why? Because you enrich people's spiritual development. Lesser their affliction. Rather than you give them the money for them to enjoy life in terms of materialistic life, this is considered imperfect. Yeah, it's still good, still very important. Right? That's the reason you want to work for your income. No income, you also 很烦恼嘛. No money, no talk嘛. And no money, how to buy food, how to eat, how to survive. We don't even talk about Diamond Sutra. This is Diamond Sutra, all be true. Well, no, I want to makan first, I eat first, no money to eat. Right? So this is one of the purpose you want to go out to work. Also, something for you to rely upon. You see, some people retire. Of course, you can retire earlier if you got the money, and you have something to do in the retirement. Once you retire. But if you have nothing to do, then of course you find it very boring. And some people find it very boring. It's just that you are considered useless person. So I try to look for some other thing to do. So to keep yourself active and healthy. So of course you can afford to retire. Why not? As long as you know how to kill the time, to make your life more meaningful, you can go out for voluntary work. 那你没有东西做。One student told me, they asked a lot of Singaporean auntie, uncle, play mahjong or whatever, or go out to Sentosa casino to gamble. 记者问他说：“你们他说没有东西做嘞 ，nothing to do, they very boring. Stay at home. 这种懒惰，讲这种 rubbish excuse. Because they lazy, they don't want to work. Correct or not? So they give an excuse. That's why I go to gamble. That's why I play mahjong or whatever. 他宁可 play mahjong. What to do? And then this is called mentality 嘛，他们的观念有问题嘛。Right or not? They want to give some excuse to protect. Yeah, I got the reason why I don't work, why I don't do the voluntary work. Right or not? So I tell you, this kind of mentality things are concept. You must train up. You have to educate them. Just like I told you already, you go to Japan, South Korea, you see the place is so clean. You never see rubbish on the street, on the road, never. They are very automatic one. They use a plastic bag, everything throw into the plastic bag, then wrap it out, then bring home and throw. Not like us Singaporean. Anyhow, throw high-rise building, throw anything. True. Not say I want to complain. And this is considered cultivation, as a Buddhist. Especially as a Buddhist, we shouldn't do that, This is a bad karma, bad action, a karma. 你不是师父每次 grumble talk about this one, repeat one. I tell you, it's true, This is called cultivation 修行嘛。This is not like talking, sit down here and talk about emptiness, laugh at that karma, whatever. Okay, you show that you got the wisdom, so you have to see your behavior, how you behave. Correct or not? In your daily life, whether you are considerate or not, whether you have a compassion or not, whether you have a right attitude or not, positive attitude. And some people 你看佛陀你要保佑我啊，我出很多钱啊，对不对？买说，你很多钱说what？福报嘛。But no wisdom. No wisdom cannot solve your problem one, 智慧断烦恼呢 according to Master 圣言Right? You want to free from suffering, wisdom is compulsory, Not spiritual power. Okay, back to here. Now, so can you turn to next page, page 188, chapter 11. Now, in the previous chapter, the Buddha outlined, just give a brief account, outline the attainment of the Bodhisattva, all of which turned out to be no attainment. They attain liberation, 解脱了 but to Bodhisattva, 我没有解脱啊 because they are not clean on to it. To us, from our perspective, yeah, 你解脱了 well, you are free from suffering. But to them, you are helping people, you are very kind. But to the person, he don't think that he's helping a lot of people. He just tries his best, what he can do, what he can contribute to the society, to Buddhism, just do it. Right now, I'm not purposely announcing the newspaper to let people know that I'm a philanthropist, 做很多慈善 a lot of charity, just I want to let everybody know. Well, Bodhisattva said, no, attainment, no, I'm not attained. That's why this is what I'm trying to say in this statement. To be no attainment, no true realize, no world transform. Okay? And no closer, spiritual self-offer up to others. Not like us, we do a little bit of thing, try to show off, to promote ourselves, 敲锣打鼓 to let a lot of people know. This is what ordinary people behave. But to Bodhisattva, no. 度众生应该的. This is my duty, my task, to benefit people. I don't claim any merit. Some people help the temple or whatever, as a volunteer, So I do a lot of things, wash toilet, this and that, for Buddhist thoughts or whatever. So I should have a merit, 死了就可以去飘来嘛. But as a Bodhisattva, you never clean down. You do it just for the sake of others. He himself or herself don't claim any merit. 那你就不会苦了嘛. That's why you do something, do a favor for people, and people never say thank you to you, no? I find it's okay. Well, I don't expect anything in return. You say thank you, no problem for me. But some people want to expect you to say something thank you one, expect something in return. This most of the people. But if you don't say thank you, we're so angry already. 我帮你，你没有跟我讲 thank you, no? 又不帮你的. Like that. Okay? So, back to here. Now, but the Buddha is concerned that his disciple might now conclude that since nothing is attained, there's no need to cultivate the merit. If you want to argue in that, nothing to attain, then what for you want to cultivate? 都没有得到好处成佛，你干嘛要修行 in Chinese 那你就不要来 Dharma talk 咯 because you didn't gain any benefit from here 嘛 right? So myself, why you want to come? Although it's alternate Sunday, but today weather so nice, cloudy, I can sleep until 11 or 12 noon. But now I have to wake up 7, 8 something after breakfast and rush here. Something like that. Correct now. So myself, I don't come. Because I come here again, nothing. I mean, according to here. So, there's no need to cultivate the merit upon which such non-attainment 没有得到嘛 is based. So, throughout this sutra, the Buddhas compare two kinds of merit. 两种功德, two kinds of merit. The merit for material offerings, just like you offer in the money, offer in terms of money, you offer in terms of things you give. Correct? 这个是 normal donation, normal giving. Okay? Just like recently, Singapore giving some foods or whatever medicine to Hamas, Palestine, right? Newspaper came out, the Singapore Air Force. They say, why Singapore want to do that? So you spend the money. No, you cannot say that. Because other people nice, you also, because you will be affected one, So you hold the peace in there, in the region, the whole world will be peace again. Correct? So you must try to help people, whatever. Actually, the money also not a lot. Just giving out the good gesture to help people. So, and the merit from the offering of liberation. So the merit that comes from giving material things is like pearl, beautiful to be whole, but essentially fall and easily ground into powder, while the merit that come from the understanding and sharing his teaching with others is like a diamond, that's why I say Diamond Sutra, radiant, indestructible, and able to cut through all things, and it alone leads to Buddhahood. Okay? So you can see the other scholar, Zhao Ming, this is actually in page 441. Hui Ren, the sixth patriarch, Liu Zu Hui Ren, in page 449. Okay, page 449. Okay, so they give us an introduction first. So now we go into the verse in detail. Can you see the first verse? The Buddha said, Subhuti, what do you think? If there was as many rivers as a grain of sand in the great river of Ganges, would the number of grains of sand in all those rivers be great? Subhuti replied, The number of the rivers will be great, Bhagavan. How much more? So the grains of sand. Of course, you can see the grain of sand in the river. There are so many in terms of quantity. So Buddha asks you, say, yeah, 当然很多啊，甚多世尊啊。You can say no. Then Buddha say, must be something wrong. Or color blind. 你眼睛有问题啊。Correct no? So you must answer yes, ma. That's in the normal condition. Okay, can you see below? The first paragraph. The Ganga, page of Ganges River, page 446. You can refer to behind your textbook if you want. It's a seditious river, okay, that was brought down to the earth in Himalaya San. So according to ancient India geography, it was one of the 4 great rivers that flow from lake, we call it Anavatapta, in the southwestern Tibet. If you know the geography, you know the 地理位置 at the northeast of India, and down there you can see the Himalaya mountain, and followed by Ganges River. It's flow from the Himalaya mountain, and after the Himalaya mountain, so the other side is Tibet, Xizang, right? Then from there, then go to mainland China. Okay, at the northwest is where northwest of India. You cross the other side, the border. Afghanistan, that one is actually the Muslim country. But initially, Buddhism appeared there. No? You can see the cave there or whatever, stone Buddha down there. That's actually before Muslim emerged in Afghanistan. This is 很久了呢. But destroyed, those statues destroyed by Muslim. And you know how Buddhism declined in India? Basically 2 factors how Buddhism declined in India. The external factor due to the they are invaded by Muslim. And the internal factor is within Buddhism itself, internal factor, not cooperative. And this is our 2 main reasons, factor, cause Buddhism decline in ancient India. 佛教衰落. You know, these are the 2 factors, internal and external factor, 内外因素. Okay, so Tibet. From this legendary lake's southern shore, flow the Indus which empty into the southwest. Okay, you know, you call Arabian Sea, 阿拉伯海 in Chinese. So from the lake's western shore, flow the oceans which empty into the northwest sea. Okay, so from the lake's northern shore, flow the Sita. Okay, the Sita, which empty into the northeast, sea. You can tell in detail how the thing located between China and Korea, right? China and Korea. So the Sita was also called the Yakandaya or Tarim River, and nowadays it appears into the sand of the Taklamakan Desert near the nuclear test site of the Lok Paul. Yeah, I don't know where's the place. Anyway, but once upon a time, and it will have to have been we call it periodic time. That is from the upper reaches of the Yellow River. Okay, so finally, from the lake's eastern shore, flow the Ganges, which empty into the southeast sea, 东南海 Southeast Sea. So between India and Bangladesh. Okay, between India and Bangladesh. Next paragraph. So according to the mind, the sand of the Ganges is like according to the mind, the sand of other great rivers. It is so fine, it isn't sand as much as it is mud. And the Chinese commentator compared it to the flower. It was an apt metaphor for infinity. Okay, that means you cannot count countless, And since the genetic plane, okay, was where Shakyamuni lived and taught, because during the region, Shakyamuni, our great Buddha, was so active in that region. Henhe Liu, okay, Ganges River. He often used the river sand for this purpose. That's why in this Diamond Sutra, he used Henhe Sa, those sand, right, grains of sand, because so tiny, very fine, refined, and yet a lot. 很细很多，越形很多 Then in terms of the quantity, a lot. For it was a metaphor easily understood by his audience. Okay, next paragraph. So the Buddha could have just as easily answered this question himself, but this is not his way of teaching. He asked Subhuti to make the comparison so that Subhuti will experience the nature of this teaching and more directly. That's the Buddha intention. Don't straight tell you the answer, but in comparison, make you to think more and easy for you to understand. That will ingrain in your brain already. So Subhuti is often then more than the Buddha's straight man. He represents the intermediary through which we too are able to approach this teaching. Okay? So as Subhuti learns, for or unlearn, so do we. Okay? Now, so this is the verse for this explanation. Okay, next. 7 jewels. Oh, these are heaven. Okay, can you see the next verse? Page 189. So the Buddha said, I shall tell you, Subhuti, so you shall know. If a man or woman feel a small world as a grain of sand in all this river, turn to the next page, with the 7 jewels, 7宝, and give them as a gift to the Tathagata, the Arahants, the fully enlightened one, and what do you think, Subhuti, would the body of merit produced as a result by that man or woman be great? Subhuti replied, it will be great, Bhagavan, great indeed, Sugata. The body of merit produced as a result by that man or woman will be immeasurable and infinite. 不可限量, 无限的, no ending, cannot be counted. Now, what is 7 jewels? Can you see the PowerPoint here? 7宝. Those 7宝 jewels just like diamond, whatever, those are normal one in this defiled world, right? So what Buddha trying to say that in term we say 皈依三宝嘛, 3 jewels is more than those you call the jewels in this defiled world. 比世间的 diamond, whatever, jewels more precious, go beyond that. Okay, that's why I say 皈依三宝, taking refuge in 3 jewels, right? Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, 三宝嘛, 佛法僧. Last time I don't know. I thought Sambal refers to one, Shakyamuni Buddha, Amitofo, and Hiri Buddha, Sambal. But luckily I didn't say 吃饱, 喝饱, 睡饱, then God. Yeah. It's just for a joke going on. Because 三宝嘛, 三个嘛, 三尊佛. Because you do know the Buddha teaching, but now you know already. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Right? Buddha is our teacher. Dharma is a kind of textbook. Right? Sangha is a student, followers, disciple of the Buddha. Right? So this is actually to form a religion, So depending on how you define the terms religion. In the Western world, they define the terms religion, there must be a God. You go to the dictionary, Cambridge or Oxford dictionary, we talk about religion, 宗教, there must be a God. So therefore they claim that Buddhism is not a religion because he didn't mention a God. And Buddha, he was not a God. He was an enlightened one. Okay, back to here. So the various Buddhist scriptures have different lists of these 7 jewels. 不同的经典 in the different scriptures, they also use 7 jewels. But of course, in this Diamond Sutra, we are talking about refer to this Diamond Sutra. So what are the 7 jewels? So example, the common 7 jewels are coal, silver, lapis, lazuli, crystal, agate, ruby, cornelian. Okay? So these are the 7 jewels. Okay, back to the textbook, page 190. Concerning what aerotramin is subdue, prativagamin, this is in Sanskrit, very difficult to pronounce. I shall tell you, Subhuti, so you shall know in English. Albert Consin, this is a very well-known Buddhist scholar. Consin, you can refer to page 443. Who is this gentleman? Albert Consin. 早期的 Buddhist scholar, very popular, but passed already. Now, Consin say this was a formula often used for formal pronouncement, okay, by the Buddha. So the Buddha thinks Subhuti does not really understand how great an offering of Bodhisattva's offerings surpasses. Okay, hence he insert this phrase of emphasis, according to Albert Consin. Okay, next paragraph. So the Buddha also reminds Subhuti that understanding begins with something as small as a grain of sand. Just like, you go to see those sand, very refined one, but this one in the Ganges River, as small as grain of sand. Like William Blake, this is another scholar, the Buddha asked us to see a world in every grain. Just like this sand or grain represents one world. So just imagine, there are so many worlds in this universe. 很多世界. Not only we are human beings living in this planet, this earth. They do have some other things in the planet, but not in the physical human form. Right? In another form. Some people, 早期不是说有7寸的人吗 7 inches on the roadside, people, how people spread about those, I think it's a rumors, but also possible from other planet, who knows? 7寸嘛，有没有听到？他说 see something on the roadside, 7 inches only, So they appear in the kind of different form, just like those stay in the heaven. According to the Buddhist Sutra, those divine beings, heavenly God, 天神 those God, they taller than us, what is for human beings the tallest? 2 meter? Not even 3 meter? Yao Ming, the Chinese one, the basketball, that one very famous one, 最多不是2米高 2 meter or 2 point something meter. That's the highest already as a human being. But to the divine being, 天神 in the heaven one, they are much more taller than us. Last time I took taxi. I don't believe in this kind of superstitious thing, But I just tell you this, what happened to me. One day I took a taxi. The taxi driver ape. Daytime. 师父啊，你没有看到那个天神啊？I said no, 没有这个福报，我佛都看不到了，还看到神。我说不要看到鬼就好了，我能看到鬼。你说，哎呀，我看到了。我说I don't believe. I said Then I must pretend to say yes, otherwise it's very angry one. 你看到是怎么样的？他说我 one day 我开车那边在跳档他说我有一个很多那个嘞。他说白天呢，不是晚上都有看到 daytime, very tall one, the kind of God 神他就说嗖这样过去的。我说是咩 ？Then 他在 HDB flat 他在抖，it's like real one, And this is something like what Buddhist scripture taught us. 天神很高的 ，it probably is true, 因为他 the way he describe the height is about same like Sutra indicator one, 就这么高。So we see those people, the tallest one human being, 2 meter, 3 meter, nothing. Okay, you don't believe you see. Have you seen the medium 跳档？岛屿人们跳档，monkey god 啦 ，whatever. Singapore one, they just take out the shirt, wear the kind of, the costume, whatever. Of course, this is a human height, so they just 跳。in Taiwan 他的跳绳South Korea different type, South Korea look very horrible. Then in Taiwan 你懂他跳绳 medium as a medium You know what they dress, They dress 像大安公的 toy one, very tall one, very very tall, So they just like that, That's 神That's why I see very tall. This 神 also different, In Singapore very short, in Taiwan very tall. Different place, in heaven even tallest, right? Even tallest. 你不要看到神，你看到菩萨就好了。看到菩萨的时候，都会带出去，看自己就好了。right now, 你不要高兴I see the Buddha, see the mountain. You should see the mountain is a mountain. See the mountain is not a mountain. See the mountain is a real mountain. Something like that, So you don't attach to it. 很多人说，哎呀，我梦到佛，梦到什么？So you get nothing also a while only right now, 你看到佛，他也不会真正保佑你 totally get rid of your suffering. No, you have to do it by yourself. So 不要看东西学佛 Then don't expect to any spiritual power 保佑 whatever. Just do that, Everything is up to you create the opportunity, then you wait for opportunity. 创造因缘，在等待因缘。But if you don't create opportunity, then where got opportunity? It's just that you have to look for the job. You didn't go for the job, you didn't go for interview, then you don't have the chance. You cannot sit at home and wait for the job to come and see you. 当姑姑TKK. Right now, you have to create opportunity. For instance, you help as a volunteer in the temple, then who knows? One day you meet your friends, the Buddhist friend, then talking about the job. Hey, 我有一个东西可以介绍给你呢，你去 try 啊，那个 job 不错嘞。Then who know? This opportunity because you create opportunity to go and help as a volunteer 嘛。then 佛陀保佑你的，刚好 there's an opportunity come， there's a vacancy job， you go and apply try 看看。So this is opportunity area. If you don't go out to help as a volunteer and you sit at home and 当姑姑 TKK, then job won't come to you. So this is a real example. I got students like that. So you don't find that you lose something, no? You waste your time to help as a volunteer, but actually at the same time you gain something. No? So you see, this is a true, no? When things happen, just one coin, two sides. No? But always people look on the negative side. I sick, then I got cancer, cannot be cured, waiting to die already. But you must look on the positive side. Why? Although I got some illness, 我有病, but let me realize that life is so precious. So I have to try my best to study Buddhism, to learn as much as possible, to whatever because you treasure the time already. Don't simply waste your time. So 你这个不是你的 positive game 吗? So things is like that. We are living in this relative world, no? And that's why you say two extreme, positive, negative. Don't always positive, don't always negative. They are both. 两个都有的. You have a very nice wife, nice family, but you have to sacrifice something, right? Your wife is very pretty, very nice, but 脾气很坏嘞. So you have to bear it, what to do, Your wife look very pretty, 玫瑰的花有刺嘞. Very fierce one, 我惊到要死, 一个成功的男人, you're very successful, 背后有一个女人呢. So 是这样，一个成功的女人背后也是有一个男人. You see our President Taman, now in America, visiting, online, 画了, you see, this is a slogan, go to the Istana already, right? But behind the first lady, always follow him one, She's a very free secretary, don't need to pay money one, 很好的秘书嘞. So this talk about the teamwork, team spirit. You're never independent one. Your achievement don't just solo alone. It's a team spirit, teamwork. It's just like this classroom, you want to make it very good environment, very conducive to study Dharma, then everybody have to cooperate. Team spirit 嘛，你一个认真听也没有用啊，其他人 just look at you while they are sleeping with the eye open. Sleep with the eye open. It's true, no? Last time I was in the army, Sambawan. We took only book out once a week, only Saturday. Then we took bus, and the bus is so crowded because all army pinky key Sambawan Nisun there. Then Bowie no seat, nothing, no. Then you have to hold the one to stand throughout all the way to the downtown side. Then Bowie then you are so tired. Then what to do? Stand. I try to open, but you are sleeping. And we see people eyes turn one, never frequently. 你们困了吗？这种功夫真的厉害 ，Arahat stage, 阿罗汉。Okay, so next paragraph. Now, so the Buddha also reminds Buddhi understanding beginnings of some as a small grain of sand that we didn't break. Just now say already, see the world every again. But here, the Buddha asks us not only to see a world, but to see all the sand in that world as well, and then to imagine that each grain of sand in that world is itself a world. So in this manner, the Buddha stretches our conception of size and the number beyond the limits, of comprehension. Beyond that, use this as an example, the grain of sand in the Ganges River. So in the chapter 8, right, the Buddha compared the merit from an offering of the billion jewels covered worlds of universe. It's just like you have a lot of jewels, diamond, by right you should be very rich already, right? But actually this is not enough. Compared with the Dharma, That is actually for the spiritual development, not materialistic life. You are rich, you have a lot of money, of course you can enjoy your life, but spiritually you are just like, nothing. You still got the affliction. No need materialistic life, no. But of course, materialistic life is a foundation. You must have enough money to survive. But we should go beyond that, because for our spiritual development. And according to Buddhism, human beings are made up of two factors, matter and spiritual. 物质跟精神. The material in terms of our daily needs, and materialistic life, but the spiritual is for our spiritual development. So as ordinary people, they are just enjoying their life, good materialistic life. Only half of the human being, 半个人呢. But consider the full one, fully the human being, you have to include the spiritual development, the spiritual life. That should be the more rounded 100%. 整个人, okay? Now here he explained that offering beyond the power of calculation. Such is a Buddha's way of leading us to break through the finite to the realm of infinite, 有限到无限. Okay? Which is the purpose of this sutra. Now, finite, 有限, it's just like things in the phenomena in this world. You come to a certain extent one. But for the Dharma, for the truth, for the spiritual development, it's beyond that. So beyond that become infinite, 无限的嘛, countless, endless 嘛. Right now. So in the world is something to you starting and ending. 开始跟结束嘛，一定有结束的嘛。Now we are going to finish the class. In fact, time's out already. You look at him. That's why everybody look at you. You better go behind because they look at you, can't follow my lecture. Sorry. So you're very 给薄 one. Don't look at me, look at him for what? 你们真的很给薄 busybody one. Then he find it very uneasy, They down there model become model, let you see, 给你看个够。Okay, joking. Time's out already. Oh yeah, OT. Okay, time's out already. 11 seconds because you're waiting. Okay, anything to ask? You see, 2023 going to finish already. Christmas coming already. Right, 2024. You see, year by year, very fast one. Time is really fly. The time won't wait for you one. You like it or don't like it, the time will just, just over. You see, half day gone already. You see, some people go to work. I hate to work. I don't like my boss. So, you like or don't like 8 hours your working day, then just like that, half day gone, then go for lunch. After lunch, come back, another half day they go, then go back home. Just like you come here, don't like it, right? I know you don't like it. 9:45, so now 11:50, You like it or don't like it, so now it's going for lunch already. Okay, I'm joking. Okay, shall we do a dedication? Please follow me. Hold the palm. May all the merits thus accumulated be dedicated to all sentient beings. May all sentient beings and I together attain Buddhahood. Okay, good health to everybody. Please stand up. Okay, please hold the palm. One bow to the Buddha. Okay, see you all. Enjoy lunch.